It is my pleasure to introduce our first guest, proud member of our BYU TV sports family and member of our game day pregame show, former Cougar, former NFLer. We're happy to have Harvey Langi back on the Wise Guys. And anytime we can get you out of the house right about this time when it's time to put the kids down, we feel bad, but yet also from a guy perspective, we're happy to do it. Good to see you.
Hey, really appreciate being here. Yeah. It is dinner, feed the kids, get them wind down, get them in their jams, and then, tuck them in. But good luck, babe.
Well, hey, here's the thing. Like, she can feed them, and then you can go do the lay next to them and sing songs to get them to sleep. You can be back in time.
100%.
Yeah, you'll be back in time 100%. For that.
Yeah.
What'd you think of that TCU game? What are some of your thoughts?
I love the way that BYU responded. If you look from last year when BYU loses to Utah, they go on a little losing streak, and I just felt like it took them a little bit of time to recoup and to unite as a team to go back out. Clearly, that's not the case this week, and that's a great sign of coaching, the environment from all staff members, from the strength and conditioning coaches to the training room. We've been here, guys. We can do this. Like, let's not repeat what we did last year.
Right.
What can we do to change it up? And clearly they've made some changes, because the way that they played from offense to defense to special teams, I really was impressed from last year.
Yeah, I thought that the way this coaching staff approached it, they took a lot of pressure off the kids, and they said, hey, we could have done better. We didn't put you in a great spot. We could have done better from a game plan perspective on offense. Special teams things, those are an aberration. Put it behind you. Let us take the blame for it. You got to push forward, and we're going to give you a better game plan this time. And then they go out and they just dominate. When the coaches say, hey, this is on us, we're going to fix this, we're going to give you a better plan, and then you go out and you just do what they tell you to do, and then you win convincingly, what does that do for culture of a team?
That just shows that the foundation of what the Kalani and the offensive staff and the defensive staff, what they're trying to build, the extra and additional people that they've hired in the strength and conditioning from the training room and what they've been doing there. Like I said before, that just shows, hey, this is the foundation that we're trying to establish here at BYU. And if we all just buy into it, it will work. And when you get those kind of wins after a loss, a tough loss, it just brings all that in play, and everyone starts to believe just a little bit more. Hey, all those small little knick-knack things that they say that don't matter, guess what? They matter, and it's huge.
One thing we saw on Saturday was the angry bear. Bachmeier struggled against Texas Tech, ran for 12 yards, had a couple of mistakes. He comes back and he runs and he throws, doesn't turn it over. This is what an angry bear does, and he responded to his first collegiate defeat. What'd you learn about him through that?
It's the beauty of football, and one of the beauties of football is just being able to see what you do against adversity, and being the age that he is, the journey that he's been on, and now getting smacked in the face from a Texas Tech team. What are you going to do? Being a leader, that is the most, the quarterback position is the most important position of all of football, correct? We all know that.
Oh, yeah.
No, Blaine's not going to argue with you.
Exactly.
I've been trying to tell these guys that forever, Harvey. And every once in a while, like, you'll admit it, Bilo will admit it. For some reason, Austin Collie, I can't get him on board.
Yeah, defense wins championships, but the most valuable, position is the quarterback. Right. And when you see a young man like that just take control and respond in that, mad bear type mentality, that just allows you to know that, hey, we really can finish off winning the rest of these games and then seeing what we can do from that. And I know they're going to take it one day at a time, but that's going to, if I was in one of those seats and being a teammate of Bear, I would not have any doubt in my mind knowing that, hey, any adversity that hits us, like it has been before that Texas Tech team, and they, BYU's been able to come back from those, falling behind a couple of games and coming back and winning by inches of overtime, and but seeing him come back from losing from Texas Tech and just controlling that game, incredible.
These up front on both sides of the ball, and you were here when I said they need to dominate on both sides of the ball. people think that maybe Texas Tech beat them up, but when we went back and watched the film, they didn't beat them up on line scrimmage. There were some assignment errors on the offensive side, and they got that cleaned up. How important now when they go back to Cincinnati, who's got this reputation that they're a physical team on both. They got Corleone on defense. Their offensive line's got this reputation. How important is it for BYU to establish right off the bat, no, we're the bad boys here, and we're the most physical team?
BYU needs to do exactly what BYU needs to do. Bear needs to do exactly what he did. Take control. I'm not a freshman anymore. All this hype, don't believe the hype, don't feel the hype, and he doesn't do that. And if he does that, number 4, LJ, what do? You run downhill. Get downhill and protect the quarterback. The defense, or Chase Roberts and Kingston, we're not going to muff punts. We're not going to drop passes that are key throws and key times during the game. You got to be able to step up to the game. But the defensive side, Jack, these guys, for Jack Kelly, Cincinnati takes pride in no negative plays. They are second in college football of negative plays. One of the fewest that ever get negative plays. Jack, you're going to have to get a couple negative plays and show this offense, like, do exactly what you do best. And what do you do best? You make offenses fear you because you bring negative plays to them. And Isaiah, they throw a lot of quick throws. That's why Brendan Sorsby's doing what he's doing, and all those wide receivers and tight ends have all those yards because he gets the ball out. Isaiah, you've been established as more. Hey, we need you more against the coverage. Go get your one. And for the middle of the defense, Ciale, control the defense and have everyone on an even hey, this is your assignment. This is your assignment. Be that general. And I truly do think if everyone just does what they do best, they should win this game easy.
Harvey Langi's with us here on The Wise Guys, presented by Brady Plus, Mountain America Credit Union, and Eddie. Here's a question from the stream. Harvey, what's your perspective on the college football playoff rankings? And where do you think BYU will be when they come out tomorrow?
Of course, I feel at least that BYU will always get disrespected, just like how they've always have been. Even if they win out, I truly do think they're going to find somehow, some way to put one of these bigger brands in front of them. But if they win out, I truly do think that they're going to be in the playoffs, and it's just going to depend on the other Utah, I guess that's right under, correct? And then
it's Utah, Arizona State,
Houston, and Cincinnati, correct? Or they all?
Yeah. Bam.
So it's just going to depend on what happens there. But if BYU wins out, I truly do think that they will represent the Big 12 alongside with Texas Tech. It's just going to matter on exactly what happens with there. But don't be surprised. Don't be mad. We all can be mad. I'm going to be mad for sure. But if they find somehow, some way to just be like, well, you lost by a lot here and we're going by, you just never know what the committee's going to do. And they disrespect BYU all the time. But I'm pretty positive that if they win out there, they'll have a good chance in the playoffs.
Ryan's got a question. Harvey, you were a stud running back before switching to D. Playing defense or offense on this team, which would you rather be? If you were on this team, would you want to play on offense or on defense?
See, I want to say defense 100% because of the linebacker core that's there.
Yeah, but man, that big offensive line.
But I want to say I'm going to say offense. Why? Because how cool would that be to be running next to Bear during this time?
Harvey, who's this right here on the stream?
Oh, that's my wife.
I knew it. Because we were saying, she can get the kids to dinner and then Harvey can come back. And she says, yeah. Thanks, guys.
At least I left over some.
Mama Langi is speaking.
Hey, we love having the whole family on. Now it's a family night activity.
Yeah, that's exactly right. She goes, yeah, of course, guys. He'll be back.
Hey, grade out these 3 linebackers. You just told us what you want to see them do this weekend. There's 10 games to judge by, and all of them have got through injury, all 3 of them. But you look at Jack Kelly and Glasker and Ciale. Give us your late midterm.
So I was thinking about it. I put in 3 categories. For Ciale, Sara, the 3 categories are big time playmaking ability. That's 1, coverage, and then run stop. You could do those 3. You're a pretty dang good linebacker. before I say anything, let me just talk about myself. Yeah, I was great at stopping the run and chasing down. I was more like a Jack Kelly, but, I really struggled coveraging, being in coverage, knowing where my zone was, understanding concepts and doing one-on-ones with running backs and tight ends. That was something on offense. All I had to do is I'm going to go act like I'm going to go left, and then I'm going to go right, catch the ball, and I'm going to do a dance on you when I score,
Yeah.
On defense, you got to do it all backwards. So, this is just my rankings in those three categories. So, Siale Asara, I had him for big time playmaking abilities. I have him as a D+. And it has nothing to do against him. I just truly do feel like with his injuries and being in the middle of the defense, I truly do think that Siale needs to understand that his voice is way more powerful than what he thinks. And that comes with confidence and reps and being able to start this year and to go through the adversity. He needs to make big time plays.
And he's just a pup, so he has a chance to fix this grade, right?
He's young.
So did you say B+?
I said D+.
D as in David plus?
D+. Okay. His coverage, I'll go C+. I do think he drops in his coverage where he needs to be, but he does sometimes just melts or flows way too much with the eyes instead of understanding like, hey, there's an under route under me, there's probably something behind me.
Okay. And
just understanding the coverage. But he's, generally in, 50-50 in the windows that he needs to be. His run stop, I'll put a B-. And why it's a B-, it was almost at a B+, A-. It was because every time he does get to the ball, which he gets to the ball every time the ball's ran, but it's 3, 4, or 5 yards down the field.
Right.
And if he can just read it a little bit quicker and which he reads it, just take it and believe it.
She's got to believe his eyes.
Yes.
And get downhill.
Believe it. And playmaking skills, D+, coverage, C+, run stop, B-.
Okay.
For Jack Kelly, big.
And he's the youngest of the group.
He
right?
is. He's the pup.
youngest,
So he's
learning.
He's gonna grow. For Jack Kelly, big time playmaking abilities, I have him as an A. I almost put him at an A+, but I need more interceptions.
You need more picks.
Because, gosh, he's doing everything. He makes big time plays in big time games. For coverage, I have him as a C+ in his coverage, only because I feel like if you watch in these past couple games, he's in the right place, but that a catch will happen, or he tries to do something too cute where he's acting like he's blitzing and he gets completely out. And then now he's chasing, and he's not good when he's chasing sideways instead of going downhill and chasing guys. His run stop, I have him as an A because he can run stop everything. If I had sacks on here, he'd be an A+. If it's,
if that was one of the criteria,
yes.
which it's,
disturbing the quarterback, I'd have him at A+, because quarterbacks fear 17. And when they see 17, guess what they're doing? 17's over here. Hey, Ringo. Ringo.
Call the blocking scheme over here.
Hey, tight end, you're not going out anymore. Stay there. Hey, running back, chip him again, before he goes out. That's how much fear he brings in quarterback's eyes.
All right. And how about Isaiah?
For Isaiah, I think.
So Jack is like, his composite grade's like, it's really good.
It's A, and C+.
Yeah.
So he's good.
And the coverage just comes in. It will come with experience and him dropping more. But since he disturbs, he just disrupts offenses so much. So why not keep sending him? He reminds me a lot like Kyle Van Noy.
Yeah.
If you look at Kyle right now in the NFL, he rarely drops. And when he does drop, he's so smart. And I think Jack's going to get to that point where Kyle gets a lot of these little picks and he does big time plays in the coverage area because of just his, he knows
he knows what they're doing and he knows where to go.
And I think once Jack gets there, he's going to be a Kyle 2.0. Isaiah Glasker, big time play abilities. I have him as an A. I truly do think he makes a lot of great plays. The only reason why it's not an A+ is that when it is super, lately when the game's on the line, he's so dialed in his coverage. And sometimes you just got to risk it for the biscuit. And Jack does that all the time. Jack's like, hey, I'm going to just go. And he's successful. And I want to see that out of Isaiah sometimes. It's like, hey, I've been locking this guy down all day long. I see the quarterback coming to me. Guess what? I'm going to go blow him up, or I'm going to go try to just, snag this over here. Coverage ability, I have him as an A. And it just shows because you haven't really seen Isaiah in the box as much. You haven't seen him come off the edge as much as Jack, because he is such a lengthy guy, has very long arms, can move side to side, can jump. Well, what did he play before? Wide receiver.
Yeah.
So he knows exactly he knows the concepts. And if you see his playmaking abilities when he's in coverage, it's actually unreal.
Yeah. He's one of the best coverage backers in the country.
100%. His run stop, I went B+. And the reason why is that when he does get there, he brings the boom, but it's when he gets there. He'll get there, 50-50. Sometimes it's at the line of scrimmage or behind the line of scrimmage. And then sometimes it's 3, 4, 5, 6 yards down the ball because, he's in coverage. But when he does get there, though, for a fact he's coming in there like a torpedo. So those were my grades for him.
That's good. That's stuff from a guy who played linebacker at the next level.
Yeah, with the Patriots. So, and Harvey's, by the way, he's grading him like an NFL guys. He wants him. He wants them to be downhill and make plays at the line of scrimmage or on the defense or on the offensive side of the line of scrimmage. And you want them to, when they trust their eyes and get going downhill. And when they're playing like that, and there's been times this year that they've been dialed in, and then teams can't run the ball at all when they're playing like that as a group. So
and with this offense being, they're ranked 7th by ESPN, they're going to have to play, a little bit above par of, these grades. And, you take that for a grain of salt. And, these are my personal grades.
Yeah, that's why we got you on the show. We love your opinion. Before we finish, let's talk about girls flag football.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I saw a commercial of you on social media, and I said, we got to have Harvey in here to get to that.
Let's do it.
What do you got going on?
So one of the things I started was Track It Verified. It's apples to apples combine to the NFL combine, and we run it for 7th graders to 12th graders, get them verified numbers. College recruiters only take one verified number if it's speed and it's track. Mm-hmm. And if you don't run track, then you don't got anything. Imagine if you're working on all your combine stuff, and it's like, hey, I was stuck behind Blaine Fowler. I have no film, but if you look at all my verified stuff right here, all the film on it, all the numbers, I'm just as good or more athletic than him. Can you use that, or do you know anyone else?
Well, that's impossible. So you're talking about a fantasy
hypothetical.
thing.
It was a hypothetical.
Okay, it's a hypothetical.
So we started doing that. The 2 years we've helped, over 35 athletes receive their first scholarship that were under 0 radars. Out of a very small pool, and we're only growing. And as we were doing that, a lot of these young athletes are in flag football nowadays, and they spend so much money in flag football. And I was just like, guys, college recruiters only watch flag football if you have, 3 to 4 5-stars going against 3 to 4 5-stars.
Right.
And that's the only time they're going to watch it. Other than that, you're not going to really get anything. But as my son is into it, as I don't like it and say, flag, I loved flag football, I'm not going to lie. But I see my daughter and I see all the other girls running around while my son's playing. And I'm like, we're one of the few states to not have flag football in high school. There's over 200 plus and over 100 applicants that are about to get approved in college clubs for flag football girls. And I don't understand why we don't have it here in Utah. So we started a girls flag football 4 to 9. It's all free, open gyms right now. Currently it's Wednesday and Friday. It's done at the Ion Solar Place, the old Vasa on 800 North. On Wednesday, it's 7 to 8. On Friday, it's 5 to 6, and it's free. And we just want to teach the younger girls, hey, this is football. Mm-hmm. Come and have fun. And, maybe in the future, when the snow melts and all that, we'll go into middle school and high school, because eventually, when it does come around to Utah and they start letting Utah high school participate in girls flag football, then hopefully we can be one of those feeder teams to help, the girls, develop and get the fundamentals of play.
And is your daughter happy about this?
Oh, she loves it.
Harvey's a girl dad. He's a girl dad.
It.
He knows, right?
Yeah. She loves it to death. And, all the other things she does, ballet and dance, and she can go out there and cartwheel and giggle. Over here, they put their game face on, and it's so much better than coaching boys, because the boys are dinking around in the line. They're trying to give each other wedgies and stuff. You have to repeat yourself. I tell the girls one thing, and they do it. They do it, and it's incredible.
So the reaction from the girls has been good as they've come and said, I'm going to go check this out.
Yeah. So we're going to just do open gyms all the way until Christmas break, and then January we'll split them into teams, and then we'll start a small little league.
How can folks get information on that? You have a website?
Yes. Well, they can just go on Level Up Athletics on Instagram, and the website right now is still going through some things, but it's Level Up Athletics on Instagram.
Okay.
And you'll get all the information on there. Right now, we're just trying to let the girls have a lot of fun playing football.
That's
cool.
awesome. Good for you.
And then they can watch a game on a Saturday and enjoy it more.
Yeah. Now
They know what's going on.
On Saturdays and Sundays, instead of them running around and you're wondering where they're at, they're going to probably be right next to you on the couch watching.
I love that.
That's great. Thank you for coming in. We'll see you Saturday night.
Okay.
As game day gets ready for now the biggest game of the year. Every game gets bigger from here on out, and that'll be quite a night.
All right. Well, really appreciate y'all having me, and it's nice to change the scenery up from the studio.
From being over the studio, we'll be in the studio Saturday night.
Yeah,
our same old digs.
All right. Now, if you hurry home, you can help feed the kids dessert as
we're sending them home.
Hanrai comes in from Jakarta, Indonesia, listening to Harvey Langi tonight.
Right.
So, Harvey, thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Thank
you,
you.
Great
brother.
Harvey Langi,
Go
our
Cougs.
BYU TV football analyst. He'll join us Saturday night at 4 o'clock Mountain Time, 4 to 6 on BYU TV and ESPN+.